What's up, guys? I'm back. Today is a great day. Well, not so great. It's kind of cloudy outside, but that's okay because it's warm and it's nice, and it's Father's weekend, so that's good. Today I'll be doing a solo video by myself. 5 best superhero movies and the top 5 worst superhero movies. I haven't done any movies in a while, so I'll be doing that today. I will be doing the top 5 worst superhero movies, DC or Marvel, or just any superhero movie. Again, just to clarify, it's my opinion of these 5 worst superhero movies. I'm not saying that they are, I'm just saying these are my opinions. These 5 movies that I think that I've seen are the worst movies that I've seen, critiqued, talked about with other friends. And I have to give a shout out to 3, my cousin Sean, shout out to my cousin Tommy, shout out to my friend Sean, my other friend Sean from work, and a shout out to a new friend who I met. His name is Che. It started 5 being top 5 worst, so they're all bad, but the order from 5 to 1. So let's get started. At number 5, Thor: Dark World. It was the second installment to the Thor film franchise. It came out in 2013. Chris Hemsworth plays Thor. He did the best he could with this movie. I thought the storyline was going to be great. Just the plot itself and what it tried to contribute to the story of the second installment just wasn't good. It wasn't good. It wasn't up to the hype it leaned on. It was one of those movies where the trailer was better than the actual movie. Again, like I keep saying, Chris Hemsworth did a great job. There's not much good about this movie, especially the ending. The bad guy, how he died from civilians. Of course, Loki faked his death to take over Asgard, and it leads to Thor Ragnarok, which reprised the Thor franchise and pretty much said, you know what, forget Dark World, it doesn't really matter. Coming in at number 4, we're going to jump to DC. I would have to say, again, my opinion, Justice League. Made in 2017. I think they tried to rush this movie. They try to bring all the superheroes together just without any character development. That's why I think it got ruined. I think Zack Snyder, I believe, was the director. He did the best he could. I thought the premise that he tried to create with even Batman vs. Superman, which I will get to a little bit later, in Justice League, I knew he was trying to do it. He was going to do it. He was going to make it big, and they cut it short, and there was no character development of Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg, Wonder Woman, and Batman and Superman. I mean, they tried to do it with Man of Steel in 2013. That was the only first DCEU solo movie, and then Batman vs. Superman with no character development of Batman. And then the year after, they made Justice League with no character development at all. Marvel did a great job doing that because they introduced characters and they had their solo movies and they're getting up the hype, and then the Avengers all coming together and doing a panorama around of all the Avengers, which was sick. I thought it was great. And then they even made it even more possible, making Guardians of the Galaxy and doing all that. That's what made it happen. They made solo movies and it jumped up to the hype, and it went to Infinity War and Endgame. It just made it so great. And Justice League just didn't do that. They had the villain Steppenwolf, who's not even a good villain. I mean, he wasn't good. So Justice League, I swear, I think Justice League would have been a lot better and would have been even more better if you had character development of each superhero. They didn't do that because they made Wonder Woman, I think, after that, and then they made Aquaman after that, which were good movies. Those were good, and they're making sequels. So Justice League, it wasn't that good. It was bleh. Number 3, Incredible Hulk. Going back to Marvel, made in 2008. Another Marvel movie came out in the same year, Iron Man, director Jon Favreau. That was a great movie. Iron Man was fantastic. John Favreau, good job, man. But Incredible Hulk, it was boring. Even the fight scenes were kind of boring. They had great actors. All the actors were great. It's just the way the characters were in those movies, it wasn't good. And Edward Norton as Bruce Banner, I thought he was a great actor. He knew what he tried to do. It's just the story itself wasn't up to the hype, like I said. And they put Abomination at the very end for like the last 30 minutes, I think, of the movie. And it just wasn't, and he was able to talk and everything, and then Hulk says his line, Hulk smash, and he smashes the ground, and he defeats Abomination. It just, there was no villain in the movie. It was like, I guess you could call it like a remake. I don't even want to call it a remake, because they made a Hulk movie in 2003 with Eric Bana, who played Bruce Banner. And that movie, in my opinion, I think it was a little bit better than Incredible Hulk. But I don't think Incredible Hulk made its hype. It just wasn't good. And I got what Marvel tried to do. They try and make 2 Marvel movies a year. But they didn't do a good job with Incredible Hulk. I thought the Hulk was great. Like, the way they designed him, CGI'd him, I thought he looked menacing and mean and smashing, and it's just the movie premise, storyline wasn't as good. I think the only good part of that movie was the Stan Lee cameo, when he takes a sip of the energy drink, but that's okay. Coming out at number 2, like I mentioned earlier in the video, it would be Batman versus Superman. It made in 2016. I think because they made Captain America Civil War, I think they tried to do like Iron Man versus Captain America. I think they tried to do the same thing with Batman versus Superman. You know, Iron Man is Superman, and then Captain America is Batman. I think they just tried to do the exact same thing, and it just didn't work out as well as it should have. I think Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck are great as the characters, as, you know, Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent and Superman, Batman. I thought they were great. It's just the storyline itself was bad, and I don't think the storyline was good. You know, Batman going against Superman because Batman thinks Superman is going to take over the world, and then he's going to try and stop him, and then there's Lex Luthor, who was played by Jesse Eisenberg, and Jesse Eisenberg, I love you as an actor, but I think the way you played Lex Luthor was more like jokester, and you try to play it off as like maybe not Joker, but like Riddler type. You know, I think you're great at giving riddles instead of as a, you know, Lex Luthor mastermind. So I don't think Batman vs Superman was up to the hype. And plus, they just threw in Wonder Woman. I feel like they just threw her in. So it was like a Batman versus Superman with Divide Line and then Wonder Woman. So it was like Batman v Superman, Divide, Wonder Woman equals defeating Doomsday. Who I think Doomsday, every time he got blown up, he would like be overpowered. Like he just got stronger. And that's not the type of Doomsday you want. You want a Doomsday who's just a tiny bit stronger than Superman, but Superman would be able to defeat Doomsday. So I think I knew what Zack Snyder was trying to do. What he had in his mind didn't project what he wanted on screen. So I think that was the problem. So I know you're making a director's cut of Justice League, which is like 4 hours long, and I can't wait for that because that's your vision and you want to do it. I can't wait, man. Shout out to you, Zack Snyder. I'm going to do a dishonorable mention here instead of an honorable mention, so I'll do a dishonorable mention. Iron Man 2, made in 2010. Iron Man 2, I was waiting for. I was really hyped for it. Whiplash, played by Mickey Rourke. Mickey Rourke, I love you, but no, I'm sorry. Jon Favreau, you directed it. You made Iron Man happen, and then you tried to do Iron Man 2. You tried your best. I know you did. I think it was an okay movie. It just wasn't the way. I think, to be honest, if I gave it out of 10, I'd probably give it a 4. And in my book, a 4 is bad for a Marvel movie. But you did your best, and I love you for it. But Whiplash, and then introducing so many characters, introducing War Machine, I thought was okay. You introduced them very well. I thought that was perfect. And then Black Widow. Sure, let's just throw her in there, and then Nick Fury, and then bringing the Avengers together, and just, I think, Jon Favreau, you just put too much into that one movie. Because then after Iron Man 2 is when we had Captain America, and then Thor, and then Hawkeye, and just introduced all these characters, and then the Avengers in 2012. So I think you tried to put too much into one movie, where you could just spread it out a little bit in each little movie after that. But the way the movie ended, I thought it was a good ending. And then it introduced the Avengers on there. So I think Jon Favreau, you're a great director. You made Iron Man possible, and then you did Iron Man 2, which kind of went down a little bit, but led into Captain America and all those other movies. So I think props to you for that. So that's the dishonorable mention. But coming in at number 1, my opinion, the worst superhero movie I can think of, or found, or saw, or rewatched over again because I had nothing else to watch at home. Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire, made in 2007. What can I say about this movie? Too many villains. Horrible villain character development. First, you got Harry Osborn going after Spider-Man, who figures out Spider-Man is Peter Parker or Tobey Maguire, so the new Goblin, as they call him, I think, or we call him, goes after Peter Parker and loses, and then he loses his memory, and it's like, oh, great. And then there's a guy who's a convict, who's running away from the cops and gets trapped in this sand trap thing, and then the scientists change him into Sandman without even looking out the window to see if there's an innocent person there, or like a bird or something like that, and then he changes him into Sandman. And then there's Gwen Stacy, and there's still Mary Jane. And then Eddie Brock. It's like in this movie you put just too many characters, and you try to make it so huge, and it just wasn't that good. And then the Black Spider-Man, and then you get the Black Spider-Man, and then Tobey Maguire Spider-Man rips it off, and it goes on to Eddie Brock, and then it changes to a horrible Venom and Eddie Brock. There's so much going on. It's not even worth watching. It's just a bad movie. It's a bad hype movie, but those are the movies. Thor: Dark World, Justice League, Incredible Hulk, Batman vs Superman, dishonorable mention, Iron Man 2, and then Spider-Man 3. That is this week's video, or today's video. I might not have any video over the weekend. Well, this is the week. I meant tomorrow, because tomorrow's Father's Day, and I'm going golfing with my father for Father's Day. We're going to go to an awesome golf course around 3:15. We're going to have some breakfast. Happy Father's Day to all you guys, all your fathers out there. Love you all. Well, I don't love all of your fathers. Just happy Father's Day to everyone. Stay cool, everyone. Get your guys' fathers something nice. Hopefully, I'll have a video next week with a few friends. Hopefully, the golf video. Not quite sure. That's this week's. I'll have a top 5 best superhero movies with honorable mentions. Like I said before, nothing too crazy. Just trying to do some more videos by myself. Back to movies. So stay tuned for stuff coming up. Hit that subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber. Smash that like button. Leave a comment below if you like the video, if you want me to do any other things. Tell your friends. Stay cool, everyone.